Fezandipiti has a really cool typing with being poison and fairy with a strange stat distribution, having a lot of high special defense, decent bulk all across the board, not really the best offensive attacker, but toxic chain allowing it to spam attacks while potentially being able to fish for the poisons, resisting Flutter Mane, Rillaboom, and a few others, makes it a pretty unique mod. And this team got top 10 on the ranked ladder in a previous season, so we're going to be trying out and see how well it performs. This is a Fezandipiti team alongside some very offensive partners. The idea of the team is to start by chipping away opponents using the Fezandipiti and getting speed control with the Icy Wind Flutter Mane so that your other Pokemon can potentially sweep in the late game. You have things like the Swords Dance, Follow Me, Wellspring Ogerpon that can switch between modes of going for the offensive setup or going for the Follow Me support, helping to redirect the attacks from the Flutter Mane or the Fezandipiti so they can start going for Icy Winds and getting some spread damage across the board. Then afterward, you have the Focus Sash Chi-Yu, which is nice to absorb one hit and get a really strong attack off with like the Overheat or Heat Waves, which is really nice. You have the Safety Goggles, Land Despairing as a pivot for Intimidate support to help out the frail Pokemon on the physical side, like the Flutter Mane, the Chi-Yu, and the Fezandipiti, of course supporting Ogerpon as well. And then the Choice Band Dragonite can be really nice as an endgame cleaner, and of course really great against opposing Ogerpons and a lot of the Fire, Water, Grass cores we've seen. If you'd like to check out the details of the team, you can check them out in the creator down below in the description. But let's get started and see how the team performs. Scizor, Pavilion, Rabasca. What the heck is this? Cleaver. There's a Frostmoth, a Vikavolt, Bug. I have a Chi-Yu, which is kind of nice, but that Cleaver, definitely some tough points. How am I breaking through this? So do I need my Wellspring Ogerpon? It is decent in this matchup, I'd say. How are they breaking into the Flutter Mane Chi-Yu? Might be a Terra Water on the, or Terra Fire on the Cleaver. I'm trying to think. This is gonna be definitely an interesting game, I'll say that much. I don't know if I want to bring Dragonite in this. I kind of want to see if Fezandipiti will work here. I kind of do, because it should be able to tank attacks pretty well against this team for the most part. It has really high speed def. I think I want to go with Wellspring Ogerpon plus Flutter Mane. I think is pretty strong. And then in the back, I want to try Fezandipiti plus, I want to say Landorus. If it's either Landorus or Dragonite, I kind of like Landorus a little bit more here. Like, Dragonite's not too bad against this team, but I don't think it's necessary. The extreme speeds, I don't think I need them because I'm not picking knockouts. Aerial Ace is kind of nice, but I imagine Scizor, Cleaver, which means Aerial Ace is going to be a lot weaker. And then the other two moves I don't think I really need against this team. So we'll see. We're going to see the Frostmoth or Basca. What am I supposed to say against this? Against the Ogerpon and the Chi-Yu. All right. I'm going to go for a Ivy Cudgel into the Rabasca. And I guess I'm just going to overheat the Rabasca too. Yeah. I'm just going to double up the Rabasca. I don't want the, what's it called? The Revival Blessing. I don't want Trick Room going up. But I see Rabasca actually go for a Terra, which is going to be Terra Dark. So they were trying to cover for Dark Pulse. I wonder if this is Wide Guard plus, because I know Frostmoth gets access to Wide Guard, I'm pretty sure. So want to cover for it. Yep, exactly. You can't fool me. I've used these Pokemon before. Actually, have I used Rabasca on the channel? I don't even remember if I have. But Overheat doesn't pick up a knockout, but I did go for the Ivy Cudgel into that slot, which means Trick Room will get denied here, which is fantastic. So goodbye. That's their Terragon. Well, great start. Great start. I'll definitely take that turn one. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. If I was Specs, I actually would have just nuked it. So I'm kind of curious what their plan was if I was Specs Chi-Yu and I locked in Overheat. I think they were just praying on the... they were literally just praying that I didn't click anything but Heat Wave, but... Let's see what their next mon is. Going to be the Vikavolt. Okay. Which I'm just going to click Ivy Cudgel against. And yeah, I'm just going to click Ivy Cudgel into the Vikavolt. Actually, do I want to click Ivy Cudgel into the Vikavolt? I don't think I do. I actually think I want to Ivy Cudgel the Frostmoth. And I want to go out into my Fezandipiti. The main reason I want to go for this play is because I just feel like if I keep Chiyu around, it should be able to sweep this team. I don't think Overheat actually knocks out Frostmoth because Ice Scales is actually pretty insane as an ability. We're actually going to see the Frostmoth retreat here, so I'm kind of curious what's coming in. Cleaver. What did he do? Goodbye. It's not looking good for them, I'll just say that much. Yeah, they're just praying that I mess up somehow, and I'm just really not. Bug Buzz does take the Ogerpon out, but now I just get to go out into... I think I want to go out into Chiyu, because I'm just going to be able to really out-pressure this team with... I think I'm going to click Heat Wave because they saw that I was clicking Overheat. They might just go for Wide Guard, which I think is okay because I have a Sash on Chiyu, so they wouldn't be able to pick up a knockout here. I'm just going to Sludge Bomb the Frostmoth to break a Sash. They're going to forfeit. I think I was kind of bugging them in that game. Not much to say. Fluttermane, Chiyu, Landis Variant, Thunderous Incarnate with the Urshifu and Rillaboom. Okay, definitely scary. I'm kind of curious if I can do well with my Fezandipiti here. Like, it's not bad. Definitely could be a thing. I do want to try it, I think. They have a Landis Thunderous, which seems annoying. My Dragonite looks like a really good combination. The Water Ogerpon's really solid into them. Do I want to bring my own Chiyu and my own Fluttermane is the question. I like Fluttermane. I don't really like the others. I think my play is probably Water Ogerpon, which is strong against their team. I really like the Fezandipiti as a lead. I think it could put on a lot of pressure. I think Dragonite's really good as an endgame cleaner. Because especially if I get rid of Fluttermane and or Chiyu, like just Dragonite goes crazy against their team. And I think I bring my own Fluttermane because it could also be a really good endgame cleaner. We'll see. Thunderous is pretty interesting. Thunder Waves, taunt support. Granted, I don't really have anything that... Like, Thunder Wave is going to be annoying, but that's the only thing that would be really annoying. Otherwise, I think I'm pretty good with the current sets that I have here. Like, Landers could be a thing that might be hard to switch into. A lot of Landers are Scarf, so I could scout if they're actually going to lock themselves in a Zombie Tantrum or not. I see Landers plus Fluttermane, which is not too surprising against my Ogerpon plus my... Fezandipiti. Not exactly a great lead here, but let's see how the rest goes. I wish I had Spiky Shield here because I'd be able to scout right now. Speed booster, all right. I don't know if they saw me Tantrum. I think like the Water Ogerpon's way more threatening. I would say they don't. I kind of want to go aggressive here. I mean aggressive, like play them not stomping. Like I could see the Rillaboom coming in on a U-turn. I think I'd actually want to go for an Ivy Cudgel into the Fluttermane, and I really want an Icy Wind just straight out. It could be really foolish though. But I think Water Ogerpon's such a big threat, they might even Terra Blast immediately to try and get rid of it. So you know what? I'm gonna Icy Wind. I'm gonna go for Ivy Cudgel into the Fluttermane. I'm okay with going for the Terra here because I actually like having my Dragonite pretty reasonable. And again, if I can get rid of the Fluttermane, I'm in a good position. And if the Fluttermane protects or something, I think that's all right here. Looks like we are going to see a Terra, and I'm pretty sure this is the Terra to Lander, so this is really good for me. Yeah, perfect. I hope I live the combination Dazzling Gleam plus, or they might Moonblast because it is resisted by Fezandipiti, but we'll find out. We'll go for the Terra here. In response, this is still going to do a ton of damage. Landers is crazy. I hope that I'm bulky enough to survive the double up, but I can't really tell you if I am. So I get a pretty good embody aspect right here. And let's see. Icy Wind is perfect. I mean, I dodge, but like the damage doesn't really exist anyway. And I also don't think it changes any speed tiers at this moment. They do lock themselves in Terra Blast. They should be out into... Oh, they targeted Fezandipiti actually. Okay. I took that really well. I'm actually impressed with how well I took that. So that's an amazing turn for me here. All right. So I am able to get a Ivy Cudgel off into the Fluttermane. And again, Fluttermane is the main threat that I want. Gone. Like I really want this Pokemon gone. Yeah, that's huge. Icy Wind connects. Do I get any Toxic Chains? If I get any Toxic Chains, that's amazing for me. And I mean amazing. Speed drop on both. Okay. Toxic chain on the Flutter Mane. That's what I'm talking about. Beautiful. Get rid of the Flutter Mane. The main... Wait, did I? It's not badly poisoned. Okay. I am okay with this turn, though. I don't think they can knock out the Water Ogerpon. I think my play is just to Ivy Cudgel into the Landers and just protect. Because I want the Fezandipiti around, because it's obviously giving them a lot of trouble right now. If I get more chip damage in the Landers, it's in extreme speed range, or just Moonblast from my own Flutter Mane, so I'd happily take that. Don't see a reason why I wouldn't go for this. If they swap, it's dangerous for them. So yeah, I'm in a really strong position right now. It's really looking tough. So I'm very happy about this. We're going to see the Flutter Mane retreat, which is perfectly fine because it's going down every time afterward. We're going to see the Rillaboom come in for their side. All right. Does that mean they're targeting down the Fezandipiti here, which is great because I protected? Oh, they double swapped. Okay, what's coming in for this? Urshifu? Urshifu, okay. Urshifu, we will protect here. Kind of wish I went more aggressive with like a Follow Me Icy Wind or Follow Me Sludge Bomb, but it's all right here. I do get some damage into, I guess, the Urshifu, which is still pretty solid. Okay. How valuable do I want this end game? Because I don't really need this Mon. I really don't. I do think I want to try to get Dragonite in. I think it's Hornleech to Urshifu, and I think it's just hard swap to Dragonite. Like if I let Water Ogerpon down, I think it's acceptable. I mean, I'm trying to figure out how I maneuver this. Like maneuvering this against is tough because like there's two threats here. Like the Fezandipiti can threaten a lot with Sludge Bomb. But we'll see. Fake Out actually comes out into what was the Fezandipiti slot, and they go for Surging Strikes. So that ends up working out really well. I think they expected me to play a bit passive right there. And it definitely works out for me because I get a Hornleech off into the Urshifu. I'm playing aggressive here. It's working out so nicely. Hornleech into the Urshifu. Puts it in extreme speed range. It is not looking good for my opponent right now. It is not looking good for my opponent right now. So I think I just go out into... This is a Grassy Glide. Do I want to go the Fezandipiti or not? I could also just Aerial Ace here, the Rillaboom. And getting an Aerial Ace and a Rillaboom is really nice because that is a annoying Pokemon for my team. I actually might just Aerial Ace the Rillaboom, actually. Yeah, I think I'm gonna Sword Stance. This might be crazy, but I'm gonna Sword Stance and I'm gonna Aerial Ace the Rillaboom. I also don't want Extreme Speed and a Flutter. They go for Grassy Glide, which is fine. I actually lived that by a lot more than I expected. They go for Close Combat Double Up, though. I lived that? Why did I Sword Stance here? I should have Horn Leeched. Okay, I mean, this works out fine. Okay. Actually, does this work out fine? I get the Aerial Ace off into the Rillaboom. Okay, yeah, no, it works out fine. Okay. Trying to figure out how I'm working out this end game. I think it's go out into Fezandipiti here. And just Aerial Ace. I'm trying to figure out who I'm Aerial Acing. How many turns of Grassy Turner left? 2. I want to make sure that I don't screw this up because I'm just going for a Flutter Mane end game. I think I want to just Aerial Ace the Urshifu at this point. Yeah, because Urshifu is the one that can actually threaten damage. And if I switch to the Fezandipiti there, or if I just clicked Hornleech, I'm so much better. I don't know why Sword Stance. I think it's because I expected Flutter Mane to come in for the extreme speed, and I think it was just like to go down to an attack, but oh man, this Water Ogerpon is so bulky on this team. But we are swapping out here because we do want to preserve it. We are going out into our huge bird right here. 13 strikes. Good play on their part. They did cover it. Okay. And that doesn't actually look like it KOs. So they need to double up to pick up the knockout right here. Let's see if they do, because if they don't, it's actually kind of an interesting position. Aerial Ace picks up the knockout on our Shifu. All right. And what Wood Hammer into Dragonite. Okay. So I'm okay with this trade-off right here. It's not the best. Actually, I think I might have... Okay, I didn't put myself in a bad position. I confirmed that I'm faster than the Rillaboom with the Fezandipiti. This should be... should never be Landorus, right? Yeah, it's Flutter Mane coming out. So this is the last turn of Grassy. My play here is just to protect my bird and just sack my... I think it's sack here. Because I want to try to get the free switch into my Flutter Mane. And I think Dragonite's still good for Extreme Speed endgame, as I said before. Like, Extreme Speed cleans up if I am able to get rid of the Flutter Mane. And the Flutter Mane has to kind of stay in right now. So, let's see. Bring out the Water Ogre Pond. Let's see if they double out. I could see Rillaboom doubling out here, but they might not because they fear the bird. Okay, they didn't double out, so I think I do win the game right here. Because they go for a Grassy Glide into the bird, and they're going to go for a Dazzling Gleam or Moonblast. Icy Wind. Wait. How much does that hurt me? It's... No, I'm still fine. Yeah. Sure, the Water Ogre Pond's still on the field, but I don't think that changes anything. I'm pretty sure that I just get a free Sludge Bomb into the Rillaboom slot. This should be Assault Vest. I could also Sludge Bomb the Flutter Mane or Icy Wind. If I want to be greedy, I can Icy Wind here. I don't think I need to be that greedy. I think I just Sludge Bomb the Rillaboom and I click Follow Me. Yeah, no, this still works out. I'm trying to think like if they go aggressive here and they sack their Flutter Mane to go for like an Icy Wind, knock out my Water Ogre Pond, and they go for a attack to knock out my Fezandipiti. Flutter Mane goes down, but then I have Dragonite plus Speed Boost to Flutter Mane, and then I just click Moonblast, Extreme Speed, and Landorus, and it's good game. Okay. Or I could just... Yeah, I have so many options at that point, actually. I could even just Extreme Speed the Rillaboom if I want to. Okay, they're sacking their Flutter Mane, which is good. All right. Oh, they went for Shadow Ball, too. They didn't even go for the Icy Wind, which... I guess it wouldn't knocked off the Water Ogre Pond at range. I forgot about the Grassy Terrain healing, so it ends up working out. The Water Ogre Pond does faint here, and I am able to Sludge Bomb the Rillaboom in response right now. And goodbye, Rillaboom. Fantastic. The Flutter Mane is going down to the poison afterward. Critical hit does not matter, I'd imagine, at that range. But yeah, now I guess we can find out what the Landorus is going to lock itself into. Also, like, I just have too many moves that I can go for now at this point. So let's reveal, I guess, our Speed Boost of Flutter Mane in this endgame. Let's just click Moonblast. Dazzling Gleam should seal it up here. Yeah, the Landorus is pretty healthy. Probably survives one Moonblast, but it won't live the double up of Moonblast plus Extreme Speed, which has been this endgame that I've been trying to prep for. So that's been the goal right here. But I did play a little bit greedy, I think, for the most part, but I felt it was pretty reasonable here. I could have actually played greedier. Like if I caught the double switch on the Rillaboom plus the Urshifu, I could have gone extra greedy with Follow Me, but it's still all right. I don't think they have a win con here, as Moonblast is going to come out and then just put an Extreme Speed range. Go for Rock Slide, but it doesn't even KO the bird. The bird is going to get the final KO with Dazzling Gleam, and goodbye. I still had the Flutter Mane alive. I still had the Dragonite. Yeah, they just did not have anything. And yeah, the bird actually did a lot of work right there. The Urshifu, I was taking the hits a lot better than I was expecting to. Like, I did not think I was taking that Terra Blast as well as I was, but wow. And it was actually kind of hard for them to break through because they definitely probably expected my own Landers to come in, which is another reason why I didn't want to go. I wanted to aggressively play that because I thought it was like, okay, you could Terra Blast a Water Ogre Pond, which is a threat. You probably don't want to leave your Landers defenseless against the Water Ogre Pond. There was the option to U-turn there. There was an option to Terra Blast, and I felt like those were more likely than Stomping Tantrum into potential Protect or a Landers play. I also had a Follow Me option too, so regardless, I felt it was way more likely that they wouldn't click Stomping, and it worked out. The bird was able to do stuff. I was able to get good damage in the Flutter Mane, and yeah. Clefairy, regular Dondelza, Arcanine, Sinistra, Weezing, and Galarian Moltres. This is a really cool team, actually. That is a really cool team. All right, so Fezandipiti seems really good here. I I am a little bit worried about the Galarian Moltres. That Pokemon's actually going to be super threatening for the most part. Landorus is okay, but I don't think it's really super helpful. Fluttermane, it's okay. It's not that great. I think I want to do Fezandipiti Ogerpon. It does do pretty well, I think, against most things on my opponent's team. I kind of want the Wall Breaker. I don't know if that Wall Breaker is going to be Dragonite or if it's going to be Chi Flutter combo in the back. Because, like, this is pretty decent into the team. Specifically the Galarian Moltres, but it might actually just be the Fluttermane Chi combination. I do really like the Dragonite potentially though. Because I like Fluttermane. It does okay. You know what? I think I'm leaving Fluttermane on the bench. I kind of want the Chi and the Dragonite because there is a chance if it's Terra Poison on the Galarian Moltres, which is probably like one of the more common Terra types on that mon. It really threatens with like Stomping Tank. Or it just really threatens my Fluttermane Chi because I can't really break through it nearly as fast. So we'll see. Berserk. Berserk's affected by... You get a second Berserk boost if you're under 50%? No, I don't think you do. An Arcanine plus Dondozo against the bird plus the Water Ogerpon. So I have no idea what the speed tier is here. I don't really want to switch into Willisp. I think I'm just going to click an Icy Wind here. And I think I'm going to Swords Dance. But I just want to Ivy Cudgel here. I could go into Chi-Yu, but I don't want them covering that with a double up. Although I really don't think you're going to double up here. You know what? I'm going Chi-Yu and I'm just going to Icy Wind here. Because I might as well just go for that Icy Wind, slow down that Arcanine, and potentially get poisons around. Then I think I could double back into my Water Ogerpon because they're not going to Wisp that slot. Like, I just don't want to catch a Wisp here. Oh, they switch out the Arcanine, which is interesting. All right, I could have Swords Dance here potentially for free. What is coming in? That is the Wheezing. Okay, Neutralizing Gas. Icy Wind. Wait, is that Neutralizing Gas? It didn't activate. I don't think it did. That's just Levitate? Drop. No Toxic Chain. Yawn. Okay. Wait, is that Levitate? Let me double check, I guess. Neutralizing Gas is not on the field, right? I'm pretty sure I didn't see the text for it. All right, I'm switching on into my Water Ogerpon, I guess, and I'm just going to Protect. Yeah, is it actually Levitate? What's the other ability? This Galarian gets Misty Surge, I'm pretty sure. Actually, I don't even know if it does anymore. We'll find out, I suppose. I'm going out into my Water Ogerpon and Protecting, and then I'm going to try to threaten with like Overheat Ivy Cudgel, I suppose. Let's go for a Wheezing Protect. No, they actually just went for a Wisp, and it was into Chi-Yu, which is an interesting play. I guess it covers for Wave Crash. They doubled it. Yep. Okay. So that's fine. Do they protect this upcoming turn is the question. I could double up the Dozo, so I would say no. I could see them going Arcanine here for the Wheezing, and I kind of want to go for a Ivy Cudgel plus Overheat to cover for that. I think I am. I think I'd rather try to play this aggressive and see if I can get the Wheezing knockout. Because getting a knockout on a Wheezing is pretty big, especially like for the trade of my Sash. Like, she is still going to have like massive value in this game. So I think that's 100% worth it. So we do see the Dondozo retreat. This might be the Arcanine. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Did the Wheezing protect or not? Because if it did protect, that's all right. I just overheat again. Okay, beautiful. Does this knock out? Just barely missing the knockout. Is it Barry? Oh, it's not. So I do get the Ivy Cudgel off. I do knock out the Wheezing. So that's a pretty nice knockout. Getting rid of that Wheezing is pretty huge because I just don't want to deal with like Wisp potentially threatening my... Well, I mean, that's one of their Whispers. We have an Arcanine still around, unfortunately for me. So definitely still a factor. We are going to see the Galarian Moltres actually come out. Okay, they're playing a different tempo right now. I don't know if it's policy. I think I'd want to... I don't know if they're... Like, I have to switch because the momentum is just really bad for this. I think I'm gonna Swords Dance. I think I'm gonna Swords Dance and I'm gonna swap to the Fezandipiti here. And the reason I'm gonna go for this is I'm gonna try to see, because if they Wisp, they might play like, they might think they can set up on my Ogre Pond consistently, and if they do go for that, then I just keep Swords Dancing and then I punish. I think this is not too bad of a trade-off here. Also, they might not have Wisp, and if they don't have Wisp, I'm in a good spot. So they might also go back into Dozo, but we'll see. Yeah, they go back into Dozo, which is perfect because I get a free Swords Dance off. Great. So the Dozo comes in. And I'm faster than Galarian Moltres, which is good information, okay? They do Nasty Plot, alright. Okay, this is where it gets really interesting. So I'm going to Swords Dance again, I think, and I'm just going to Dazzle and get some chip. Actually, how fast am I? I want to check the speed tiers because I might not need the Icy Wind. I am decently fast. I could Dazzle to get some chip into Dozo, but I think I'd rather just Icy Wind and punish the Galarian Moltres if possible. Because I just want to make sure that all my Pokemon outspeed, and I think it's worth it. Especially like potential endgame with Dragonite. Like, Stomping Tantrum could catch a lot of switch-ins, so I think that's pretty valuable. I'm thinking of a play of self-sludge bombing my Dragonite just so I can potentially like avoid the yawn situation from the Dondozo, which could be a factor. We do force a Terra, looks like, which is really good. All right. So this is a Terra from the Galarian Moltres, which is not too surprising. I kind of wish I Ivy Cudgeled, but so be it. I didn't know if Arcanine was going to come back in, and yeah, I'd rather just go for this. So we do Swords Dance again. There's probably Yawn coming out. Oh, they actually just Air Slash, which is fine. Okay, I do lose my big threat in the Water Ogre Pond, but I think it's fine. It's kind of done the job I needed to. I kind of wish I did get the Ivy Cudgel off, but not terrible of a trade-off here. I do get an Icy Wind off into the Galarian Moltres and the Dondozo. Do I get the Toxic Chain? Nope. Yawn coming out. All right. So Galarian Moltres is pretty frail. They're also trying to cover it with Wisp and Intimidate. I think I'm just going to go Dragonite, and I'm just going to Stomping Tantrum the heck out of that Galarian Moltres. And I think I'm just going to swap. So yeah, we're going to Stomping Tantrum. We're going to go out into our Chi-Yu. Stomping Tantrum kind of covers a lot of plays. They're probably going to Protect and go for a... I'd imagine this is Protect and Yawn, but like even then, I'm okay with trying to get a Stomping Tantrum off. Chi-Yu beats a Ruin. Yeah, they go for Protect, which is fine. Okay. And then does a Yawn. The question is, do I want to Stomping again or not? Because I don't have to. Because I could go for a different end game potentially. But I kind of like the idea of just Stomping, like aggressively. I really do. I think I'm just going to Stomping, and I'm just going to... I think I want a Heat Wave. I'm going to Heat Wave. They could switch out the Galarian Moltres into Arcanine, which I think the Heat Wave plus Dark Pulse will KO, which is pretty good for me regardless. Because it's going to take them a few turns to build up to where the Galarian Moltres was, which I think is a big deal. And like, they just can't damage the Dragonite at the current moment, other than with the Galarian Moltres. So they keep swapping out. The Dragonite's going to be able to buy turns of it, potentially wake you up. Okay, they do switch out an Arcanine. Kind of wish I did double out here, but it's all right. This is probably a Wave Crash coming out of Chi-Yu, or this is a Yawn coming out again, which is fine. Hopefully I get the knockout into the Arcanine, which would be really lovely here. Heat Wave. Damage. Yeah, Stomping Tantrum. Also, like, when I do wake up, I will get the double power Stomping Tantrum, and that is going to go crazy afterward. They do go for Wave Crash. Yeah. I want to say the Birch should win in this upcoming part, but I'm not 100% certain at this point now. The Dozo is super weakened though at this point. This is the first turn of sleep I am taking. I save Chi-Yu or do I think I save Chi-Yu, right? I think I do. I was thinking of Dark Pulsing the Dondozo. But extra damage that the Galarian Moltres can go for just seems like a pretty decent threat here. So I'm going to go the Fezandipiti here. Because I can still Icy Wind the Galarian Moltres because we'll see a speed tier now. Yeah, it just goes for Fire Wrap, so I'm kind of glad about the switch. Perfect. Because yeah, like look at how much Dragonite's taking. It's not really taking that much. The Sleep here and a Aval. Why are you Avalanche? I haven't seen that move in like so long. So long. Well, that's really bad. I don't know if I can win now. I'm gonna protect the Chi-Yu, I guess. There's probably Fire Wrath and like a Yawn coming out. Oh, they go for Fire Wrath again. Okay. All right. Sludge Bomb. Actually does a lot more than I expected. I get the Toxic Chain off now. Okay. I kind of wish I valued it more and got a Toxic Chain off earlier. Yawn comes out. My hope is Overheat crit, right? Yeah, my hope is Overheat crit into Galarian Moltres. Well, let's see if we can get that Overheat crit. And we'll Sludge Bomb the Dondozo. Yeah, this is where sacrificing... I mean, I was not expecting... Avalanche was not part of my endgame plan. I guess I should have switched out to Dragonite. That was like the big issue. Like, if I swapped out Dragonite, this might have been salvageable. Okay, no protects. Oh, yeah, I need a crit. I'd imagine this is Berry too. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's over. If it wasn't Berry, I mean, I still don't think I have a chance because I'm pretty sure a Sleeping Bird is not winning here. Fire Wrath, gonna finish it off. Yeah, I just don't see it here. Especially with no Beads of Ruin, I don't KO the Dozo anymore. Oh, yeah. Not a bad start to the game. I just needed to somehow wear the Dozo more. I think I needed to get in positions where Fezandipiti was able to spam more attacks against the Dozo. I think would have been really ideal here. I did force a Terra like expected, so Dragonite was to bring. Chi was probably to bring because I don't think Fluttermane was doing anything. So I think the Pokemon were right. I think it was just a little bit execution-wise. I probably need to get luckier with the Toxic Chain off in the Dozo because that Dozo was just actually like really annoying because I didn't have a way to break through it like fast enough, and I think that's what ended up being my downfall here. So just need a little bit more against Dozo. I guess mistaking also was the Water Ogre Pond. I really thought they were going to maybe try to get Arcanine in on the Dozo. Maybe they would not just Air Slash immediately. I think maybe then I just had to Ivy Cudgel. I was a little bit worried if like putting it in Berserk range, but I think it might have been worth it because it might have just been the damage for a Dragonite to put in Extreme Speed, and that would have been pretty huge. So definitely something I probably should have considered right there. Maybe a little bit greedy on the second Swords Dance because yeah, I don't think I need the extra Swords Dance at that point. All right, let's go over the games. In game 1, I've used Frostmoth, so I know it has access to Wide Guard, so was able to prevent Chikrin from going up and overwhelm the Mono Bug team. In game 2, had a strong aggressive turn 1, which worked out perfectly with Fluttermane almost eliminated. A greedy Swords Dance was unnecessary, but I had a very strong endgame that covered most options. In game 3, the Dondozo was really tough even after getting rid of Weezing early, so I might have needed to fish for some opportunities to activate Toxic Chain, and the second Swords Dance was foolish hoping for passive plays. I also could have called the Moltres switching out and preserved my Dragonite for Moltres, so a few different avenues I could have played better on. Overall, not a bad team. Fezandipiti, of course, was a surprising one. It was able to tank the attacks a lot better than I initially anticipated, so really nice. It's just a shame that this Pokemon had a bit more potential. Could have had it with a bit more tools, maybe a bit better stat distribution, but not a bad mon for what it showcased today. If you'd like to check out the details of the team and the creator, it'll be linked in the description down below. You can try out the team with the rental code on your screen, and of course subscribe to the channel for more VGC content as always.